We often receive the question of, when should I remove my child from my auto policy? I always recommend talking to your agent first and discovering what's unique about your situation and whether that child can stay on your policy or whether they should come off your policy. There's a lot of reasons why you think you may want to leave your child on your auto policy, especially if they've grown and they've moved out of the house. You think, I can save them money, they can keep the multi-policy discount that's associated to my homeowner's policy, a multi-vehicle discount, and my credit score is higher, so they may be getting a lower premium that way as well. And it's really easy for them to reimburse me the premiums. While all those things may be true, we want to make sure that you have proper coverage. When your child is no longer in your house, you may have a gap in coverage. While there may be some cost savings to leaving the child on your policy, the coverages is what really matters. We want to make sure that you don't have gaps. For example, if your child is no longer living in the house, they probably don't meet the definition of family member per your insurance policy. So, if they were riding in an uninsured vehicle with a friend and the uninsured vehicle caused an accident and they were injured, the medical payments from your policy would not cover them. Likewise, if they were riding their bike down the sidewalk and hit by an uninsured motorist, your medical payments again would not cover them. Also, if they rent a vehicle and they're not living in your house, if they don't purchase the rental coverage from the rental company, your auto policy would not cover them as well. By removing adult children from your policy, you're substantially reducing your risk. Less risk means less premium on your policy. Not only your auto policy, but your umbrella policy as well. Those past claims that your child has had that have been lingering on your insurance policy record, once you remove your driver, you may be able to remove those claims as well when they're insured elsewhere. So what are some key trigger points that you might identify to say, hey, maybe I should take my child off my policy? One of the biggest ones is when they're no longer in the house. If they've moved out, they've got a job, maybe they got married, or maybe they moved out of state. Anytime your child moves out, that's definitely a time to call your agent and talk about your situation. Verify with your agent, do I have coverage on my adult child or do they need their own policy? Similarly, a lot of people will say, my son is going away to college or my daughter is going away to college. Do I need to remove them at that point? And again, talk with your agent. The answer may depend on whether they're living on campus or off campus. One thing you want to also consider is a discount on your auto policy if your child away at school does not have a car and they're more than 100 miles away from home. This may qualify for them a discount with a lot of carriers. Another situation that may qualify as a trigger point to remove your child is when they've bought the vehicle in their own personal name. Because the vehicle is titled in your child's name, you don't have an insurability interest in that vehicle. Even if the child is still living at home and the vehicle is titled in their name, again, talk with your agent. It may be a great time for them to get their own policy to avoid any potential gaps in coverage. While I've highlighted some of the pros of removing your child from your policy, it's always best to talk with your agent about those triggering events that may really justify getting your child their own auto policy. I always recommend talking to an independent agency. If you'd like to talk with an independent agent, give Clark Carroll Insurance Agency a call. 815-244-1570.